Alright, Austin, this is your video for how to make empanadas. Alright, so I'll let you go ahead and hold on to the camera. And the first thing we're going to do is get the meat filling ready. So go ahead and turn this light on so you can see. We're going to get some hamburger meat. Obviously, you know the kind that I get, only the healthy kind. Can't have a lot of fat in there, so if you want to look, it's like the 93.7, but I'm going to add a little bit of fat right here with the olive oil. So you're going to take a little bit of olive oil, maybe about, I don't know, a teaspoon and a half, something like that. That's all you need. You don't need a lot. So we'll put that into it and keep that low. I've already washed this bell pepper. You need a bell pepper and an onion. So let's move this over here. Go ahead and get this chopping. Oh, maybe I didn't wash it. You're going to go ahead and splash it. Wash it up as best as you can. Then you're going to get only a little piece of it, maybe like a quarter of a piece of this pepper. So maybe about that much. That's all you need. You don't need a lot. Get rid of all this white stuff. And then for the onion, you're only going to need about a quarter of it too. You don't need a lot. The meat filling that you put inside each empanada is not going to be, you know, a lot. You don't want to stuff it full of it because then it'll pop out. That would suck if I cut myself when you filmed it. Alright. All this stuff out. That's about it. Everything else we can save. So you get the little mini chop. If you don't have one of these, just chop it up real fine. I'll hook you up with one of them because they're awesome. Get your pepper and your onion in there, chop it up really fine. You don't want big pieces inside your empanada. Shove it all in there. I'm not a very neat cook. You want them to be pretty small. That's about the size you want. Too much and it'll start to look all foamy and stuff. So now that that's all done and chopped up, I'm going to go ahead and turn this heat up. About medium heat, a little bit under. I put it on 4. Go ahead and make sure your meat's nice and thawed out already. Plop it in there. Teaspoon. Put the medium heat on. Go ahead and start browning it really good. And I'll show you all the spices that you put in there. That's really where all that flavor comes from. The spices and a little bit of stuff that goes in there. Put that camera in that nasty meat. Break up the meat really small. No big chunks in this.
Like taco meat almost?
Like taco meat. Even smaller if you can.
Yeah.
This is the one thing where I'm really picky with the side. Like spaghetti, I'm not too picky. But on the empanadas, you want the meat really small and broken up.
Little taco meat.
Yep. At least for my version of the empanadas. Some people put big chunks in it, but I don't like that.
Yeah, not as good.
See, I put that oil in it because it doesn't have a lot of fat.
Yeah.
But the olive oil gives it some flavor too. So as this cooks down, we're going to chop it up even more. Get our spices ready. While that's cooking a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and poke a hole in the tomato sauce. Just regular tomato sauce, and you see it's a small can, only 8 ounces. That's all you need.
8 ounces.
8 ounces.
That's all you need, guys. 8 ounces.
Yeah, don't get crazy and get the big old can because you don't want a lot.
You don't want a lot of that. Just only 8 ounces.
Yep. So let's see, the meat's doing pretty good. I don't want to put it too high because it gets hard and dried out.
I want this camera. I want this camera.
You like the flip video?
Yeah, Brandon has one.
Love it. Remember the 13-year-old birthday video I did for you? I did it on that. It makes it easy.
Nice.
Alright, so this looks pretty good. I'm going to start to put some seasoning in it. This is called adobo. It's in a lot of Puerto Rican foods.
Spanish spice.
Yeah, I think your mom uses it now too. So you got to get the kind with the red top. If you get the one with the blue top, it's no pepper, I think. I think they don't have pepper in it, but you want the one with pepper.
You want that red top adobo.
Yep,
That's all the flavors.
You see how I did here? I just kind of put a layer on top of the whole meat on top.
Just kind of painting over it just a little bit.
Pepper, I use a lot of black pepper.
Black pepper, it's good, gives you flavor.
Yeah. I put some onion powder in there.
Onion.
I don't know why.
Not garlic powder, onion powder.
I actually put garlic powder too.
Yeah, garlic powder too, but you want onion powder as well.
Put some in there. And then this is the other important.
That's
these
another
two things
Spanish
you
spice.
have to have in there. If you don't have these two things in there, you don't have empanadas.
That's Spanish spice right there. Too.
Yep, sazon.
My mom uses that too.
Yep. Adobo, sazon. Okay. Now they're all in little packs. You just want one pack. Okay.
That little packs a lot of flavor.
You're gonna go ahead and put that packet in there, the whole thing. Never add salt in there because
all those flavors,
yeah,
they already got salt.
That little pack that we just put in there, that sazon, it adds the color, makes it nice and orangey.
And it's got salt in there too.
You can smell it.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of good spices in there. Continue to break that meat up really good.
Look at that nice color it's starting to get.
Yes, Puerto Rican food usually is really colorful. It's got a lot of spice to it, but not hot spice. Yeah. It's like more savory spices.
Garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper.
A lot of people think that that Mexican food and Spanish food is all the same, but it's not really. Yeah. These spices are a lot more different than they're totally different from Mexican.
Always get the adobo with the red top.
Why? What does it have in it that the blue one doesn't?
Pepper.
Right. Black pepper. So you see what the meat's starting to look like now, right?
Yep, nice.
Even smaller. We want even smaller pieces. Now you can make empanadas without olives, but I always get the pimento stuffed olives. That's the one with the red things in there. They don't have the seeds in it. They just have the little red pimento peppers in them.
Yeah, I like those too. I like when they add
Michael doesn't like them, so when I make empanadas for him, I make sure when I put the meat filling in it that I don't pick up the olives.
And another good way to know if they have olives, you can make a different pattern with the fork on the dough.
Yep, when you crimp the dough.
Yeah, you can make some with different patterns.
By the way, go ahead and show them what dough it is. It's also Goya. Goya is the best Spanish seasonings.
Goya, the 10 discs. Yeah, trans fat free. That's good.
It's just pastry discs. There is pastry dough that's been flattened out and frozen, but you want to make sure it's thawed out.
Boy, yes, always make sure it's thawed out before you use it.
So now, I'm going to go ahead. You see how the meat's nice and small now?
The meat is a little bit smaller than taco meat.
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and put the peppers and the onions in there.
Yep. And the meat's also a golden brownish color.
Yep. That's about all I need. I don't need too much more.
No,
I'll turn this heat down.
Turn the heat down a little. What's that going to be on? Like low?
That's kind of like a medium low.
Medium low. It went from medium high to low then?
It went from medium to medium low.
Okay. Because I remember it was on 4, then you cranked it.
Because this is low right up in here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like between 2 and 3.5's okay to keep it on. So now this meat, I'm just going to continue.
The whole time you cook it, just make sure it's on.
You have to have the meat, cook the meat up a little higher, or like otherwise medium. It won't cook. It'll take forever.
So cook the meat on medium.
Yep, and then lower it down a little bit for the.
Okay. After you add the peppers in there.
Yep. I want the meat really good and done because when you put the empanadas in to fry them, it's not really cooking the meat. It's
just the dough.
The dough, and the dough cooks quick. So the meat's got to cook now while it's in the pan. See how nice and small those pieces are?
Yeah, you got a little patch over there.
A little what?
A little bundle of peppers at the there you go.
Good eyes.
Get all those good stuffs in.
Yeah, all the goodies that are stuck on the side. Go ahead and get that there. See, nice and small pieces. It's on medium. I'm going to turn it down a little bit more, a little lower so that it's simmering now.
Turn it down to about low.
Yep. So now, I'm going to go ahead and
it's just cooking right now.
Put this over here. Put the stuff that I don't need up.
Remember too, that's about 1/4 of a bell pepper and 1/4 of an onion.
Yep. I also have this ready, and I'll show you how to roll the empanadas out, but I'll show you why this is really important. Make sure that you always let this thaw out really well because they are hard to work with. You can't really work
always thaw them out so they have a little bit of a doughy texture.
Yes. If they don't have the doughy texture, you're pretty much done.
Yeah. Not going to work right with you.
Nope. Alright.
If they're not doughy.
Now, once these peppers and onions have cooked for a good 5 or 6 minutes.
5 or 6 minutes. These are on low right now.
Yep, they're on a simmer.
Yeah, about a simmer. You want to let them simmer 5 or 6 minutes.
Then you're going to go ahead and add your sauce.
8-ounce tomato sauce.
Yep, 8-ounce tomato sauce, and I'm just going to put the whole can in there.
Yep.
And you see, it's not a lot, but this empanada filling's not very saucy. It's mostly meat.
Yeah, this just adds more flavor.
So now that
stir
this is
in real nice.
Stir it in. Make sure all the meat's got that good flavor all around it. And it's going to look nice and dry, and I actually want it to look nice and dry. And you can't really smell it in the camera, obviously, but it smells pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does smell good now.
Smells nice, the meat looks nice and colorful.
Yep.
Everything's nice and small and little bits. The meat's nice and chunky.
Looks like a brown reddish color.
Yep. Now I'm going to go ahead, bring the heat up a little bit more. It's about 3.5.
So about medium.
Now we're back, medium high.
Yeah, we're back at medium high, guys. We let it sit for about 5 or 6 minutes on low, then we turned it back up to about medium high.
And you'll see now that the meat will start to simmer. It'll be a really nice...
See that meat simmering?
Nice simmer going on. You want the sauce to dry up even more. And it'll also finish cooking up the vegetables.
Yeah, because you don't want soupy empanadas.
No, you don't. Something else that you're going to need that's really important for this is Land O'Lakes American yellow cheese. I don't know why, but this cheese is the best cheese in it.
It is the best
It
cheese.
tastes great in the empanadas, and the other cheese doesn't really work well. This is nice thick cheese, but you'll see I only use about
Land
I only
O'Lakes.
use a little bit of cheese in each empanada. I don't
Land
use a lot.
O'Lakes American yellow cheese.
Now comes the olives. After this is simmered for a little bit, we're going to go ahead, open up the olives, get a nice clean spoon out, and I just put a lot of olives.
Yeah, those are my favorite. I love when there's olives.
I try not to get too much of the juice in there.
Yeah.
But if you get a little bit of olive juice in there, it's okay.
Yeah, it's alright. Adds a little bit of flavors too.
But it also adds a lot of salt, so make sure you don't add a lot of that.
Yeah, just like a little bit.
Add a little bit more. Me and Austin like.
Yeah, me and Dad always like the olives.
Then the rest go in the refrigerator.
Just simmering nice and good now. Simmering.
Yep, it's simmering nice and good.
Or medium high it was.
Yep. Fold your olives in. Well, it smells great now.
Mix them in really good. It's starting to get thicker now.
Yep, it's getting thicker. All those flavors are starting to marry together and get a good harmony going on. The texture of the meat looks really good.
It does.
Let it simmer. Probably for another, I would say maybe at least 10 minutes.
10 minutes, and what temperature is this?
This is
About
between medium high. So we'll go ahead and stop right here, and then we'll start back up after a while.
Yep, about 10 minutes on medium high.
Yep. Okay, so here's part 2 to the empanadas. We've already cooked the empanada meat. I actually told you 10 minutes to let it simmer. In all actuality, let it simmer for about 15 minutes on medium heat. Make sure you're stirring it, and you'll see after it's cooked for about 15 minutes, the sauce has all dried up.
And
that's
nice,
what you want.
Yep, nice and thick, because remember.
That's right. Then you want to turn off the medium heat, take the meat, the pan off of the burner, and put it on one that's cool, and let it cool for about 5 or 6 minutes. You don't want this meat to be really hot when you scoop it up to put it in the empanadas. So now, we're going to go to rolling out the dough, but you see I have a big old Ziploc bag, right? Mm-hmm. What you want to do is take some scissors, and you want to trim the bag like so. Okay, this part's a little hard because there. Tear it along the side. Tear it along this side. Basically, what you want is something that folds over. Okay.
Yep. You want to put them in there and fold it over.
Keep the folded part towards you.
Yep.
All right.
The non-cut part.
Yep.
See?
Make sure that the meat's already cool. Go ahead and get your first empanada disc. You want these to be thawed out, but you don't want them to be hot. Because if they're hot, they get really mushy and sticky, and they don't work so well.
Nope.
These might be a little mushy. Who knows? Put one of the discs there. Let me go ahead
That's
and
the Goya brand, too.
Yep. Make sure you have your trash can close to you, because you're going to go ahead and throw the little wrappers and all that.
Because there's wrappers between every Goya dish. See, that meat's been sitting there 5 or 6 minutes. It's soaked up all the sauce.
Yep. Okay, now look. Flip this on top of that. You're going to take your rolling pin, and you're going to start to roll out your empanada disc. Okay? Move it around. Try to keep a nice round shape. Sometimes they come out a little crooked. That's alright. But you're just going to roll it out nice and thin. You don't want it too thick.
Battery's getting low.
The battery's getting low?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, so watch. Go ahead and open that up. Now you go to the cheese.
The cheese. The All-American Land O'Lakes cheese.
You get one
yellow
slice of cheese, okay?
One slice. They're pretty thick, so.
Yeah. You're going to take this slice, throw away that piece,
Yeah, they always come
fold it in half, fold it so that you have quarter pieces, okay?
You want 4/4 of that one slice of cheese.
Yep. So now you're going to go ahead and take a tablespoon
Of meat.
of meat. This one's going to be one without the olives, for
like
Michael.
we said.
Put it close to your edge. Leave about an inch or 3/4 of an inch away from the edge. You don't want to put it right up on the edge because it's going to puff out and mess up your empanada.
Yep.
Okay, so you're going to put about maybe
3 teaspoons or tablespoons.
yeah, about 2.5 to 3 tablespoons. Okay,
Right. Yep.
that's good. That's all you need. Take your one piece of that cheese, put it there. You're going to fold this over and just push it with your fingers first.
Like the pie
Make it
dough.
nice and sealed. It's going to be kind of like, it looks like a taco.
Yep. Or like how you fold the pies.
That's right. Take your fork and you're going to push down, not too hard where it cuts through it.
Just
but you're
enough
going to, yeah, this
to
is
make
crimping.
a design.
You're going to crimp your empanada dough together so that it seals and it doesn't come undone. When this fries, if it's not sealed up right,
It'll open up.
it'll open up and you're going to have a fiery hot mess in your oil.
Yep. This is kind of like stitching the empanada together.
Yep. Now,
Process.
since this one's for Michael,
This
I'm going to
one,
do something on the edge. I'm going to make it look like squares.
Yep.
Just on the edges.
That's to
so
know.
That I'll know
Yeah. That's
that
to
this has
know.
no
olives.
olives.
That's to know.
Take your empanada, bring it over here to the little deep fryer. This has been heating up for about 5 minutes. Very slowly. Very good. You're going to let it fry. You cannot leave it alone.
Yep. Or it'll burn.
It will burn.
And
You're
they
going to
cook.
try to make it nice and crispy and bubbly on both sides.
You want it to get a good golden color.
Yes, it'll be a nice golden color. Now, some of the empanada discs, they're orange looking. They're even better, but I can never find those in the grocery store, so I get the ones that are white.
Yeah.
The orange ones
Or already have cheese in them.
no, they don't have cheese in them.
Oh.
They have something that colors it that's called achote or annatto. It's like a seed that makes it have that nice color. As you can see right around the edges here, it's nice and brown, right? That
Yep.
tells me we're ready to flip.
So how many
Nice and golden.
seconds? How many
I
seconds?
would say maybe about a minute and a half on each side.
Minute and a half on
Maybe,
each side.
not even.
Maybe.
If the oil's really, really hot, it's even less than that.
This-
you just have to watch
Yeah.
it.
This oil has been heating up for about 5 minutes now,
Yeah.
so that's why it's
Yep.
cooking.
So you're going to push it down a little bit, flip it,
Yep.
keep making sure it's not burning. If you hear something really loud and sizzling, that means there's a hole in
Popped
there.
open.
Yep, something's popped open. So
See that
flip
good?
it around, see how it's nice and golden
They
and bubbly.
cook. See how fast they cook?
They cook extremely fast. That's why you want to let the meat cook really good in the pan, because
Yeah.
this part doesn't really.
It doesn't cook the meat, just
the meat,
just
just
the
the
dough,
shell.
really. The orange kind of empanadas, those are kinds that my mom will get because she can
Yes.
find the shell.
She can find the shells, and they taste even better.
They
But
do.
These
They
taste
taste good.
really good.
They do taste really good.
All right. So, as you can see, this is just about what you want it to be. Maybe just a little bit browner. But I'm moving them around because if you leave them on one side, they will burn so fast it's not even funny.
Yep.
And you're going to put it from there
Into
your
Drainer.
strainer. I've got a paper towel in there to capture the grease. And there you go. Austin, that is your empanada. It's filled with all that good special meat. And I see your mouth's getting watery right now. It's a crispy texture with the nice tender meat inside. It's delicious. It's a Puerto Rican classic. My family's always made these. My mom makes them. And
my
this is
absolute
something-
favorite too.
Yep, so this is something that you'll be able to make and carry on the tradition.
Yep.
Alright, that's it. You can push the red button there.
Bye guys.